Have you ever felt like your hard-earned money literally just evaporates at the end of the month? Like you check your account and think, wait, where did it all go? Well, if that sounds familiar, you are absolutely in the right place. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a brilliant conceptual model drawn straight from our source material, the Stickman's Blueprint for Wealth Creation. We're going to map out the exact route from having a completely empty wallet to building real, lasting wealth. So, let's meet our main character today. The big question is, why is the stickman still broke? I mean, he desperately wants to be rich, but he's completely trapped by his own financial mistakes. He actually earns a decent income, but somehow he's just treading water. We're going to figure out exactly why he can't seem to get ahead. And, more importantly, we're going to look at how we can avoid making those exact same errors by really understanding the hidden psychology behind our own spending habits. All right, part one, the stickman's financial mistakes and the illusion of wealth. The stickman's story begins right here, with mindless consumption. Relying heavily on credit cards just makes spending way too easy, and it traps him in this exhausting cycle. He's buying things he doesn't even need just to chase a quick dopamine hit. And because swiping that plastic is so frictionless, he doesn't feel the immediate pain of the financial loss. So the debt slowly creeps up, but that psychological detachment just keeps him swiping. Which leads us to part two, the daily money leaks. Small drains, big problems. Look, we all have these sneaky culprits in our lives, right? Those daily coffee cups and those digital subscriptions we completely forget about. The stickman justifies it by thinking, hey, it's just a few dollars here and there, no big deal. But actually, scratch that, it is a huge deal. These are prime wealth killers. It's rarely the massive, once-in-a-lifetime purchases that derail us first. It's usually the slow, steady, highly normalized drip of these tiny daily transactions that just quietly empties the account. When you zoom out and actually look at the breakdown, the reality of this opportunity cost is pretty stark. A massive chunk of the budget is completely devoured by those small daily purchases, leaving almost nothing for savings. This is the stickman's future financial freedom we're talking about, and it's currently being traded away for temporary caffeine fixes and unused streaming apps. Literally every dollar spent on a fleeting convenience is a dollar stolen from his own future security. Okay, moving on to part three, big-ticket wealth killers, ego-driven purchases. Beyond the daily leaks, we find the heavy hitters. We're talking flashy luxury items and incredibly expensive cars. If we want to stop being broke, we have to confront a pretty hard truth here. The stickman is bleeding huge amounts of capital for one reason, to project an image of success to the outside world. He's fundamentally confusing the appearance of wealth with actual financial security, and he's letting his ego completely dictate his financial blueprint. But pull back the curtain, and here is the brutal reality. $0. That is the stickman's actual bank balance. Despite projecting this wealthy image, driving the nice car and carrying the designer items, his actual wealth remains firmly at zero. He's prioritized looking rich over actually being rich. It's the ultimate reality check for our character, completely exposing the hollow nature of ego-driven spending. Which brings us to the most exciting part. Part 4, the blueprint pivot, from spending to investing. This right here is the turning point. On one side, we have his old habits, wasting money on excess and luxury. But on the other side, we see a totally new, enlightened focus. Growing wealth through saving and investing. He finally realizes that every single dollar he doesn't waste is a little worker he can send out into the world to make more money for him. It's a complete paradigm shift from short-term gratification to long-term accumulation. And as he changes his habits, the results are just phenomenal. This is the absolute magic of compounding wealth over time. Because the stickman stopped the daily leaks and he cut out the ego-driven purchases, he finally has the capital to invest. And over time, that money begins to multiply exponentially. He's no longer working tirelessly for his money is working tirelessly for him. It's a total game changer. This shift builds into an incredibly clear, actionable blueprint that absolutely anyone can use. Step 1, stop the mindless spending. Cut those unused subscriptions and skip the unnecessary luxuries. Step 2, fill the piggy bank. Build that initial cushion to establish your financial defense. And step 3, invest for growth by putting those savings into appreciating assets. It's remarkably simple, sure, but it does require a fundamental shift in behavior and discipline. And finally, part 5, start investing today, your call to action. The core message of this entire explainer couldn't be more direct. Start investing instead of wasting money. You have the power to stop the drain right now, today. You don't need a miracle, and you definitely don't need a sudden windfall to build wealth. You just need to stop sabotaging yourself with endless consumption. Every single dollar you redirect from waste into an investment fundamentally changes the trajectory of your financial future. So I'm going to leave you with this final critical question. What financial habit will you change today? Stop copying the stickman's past mistakes and start copying his ultimate success. Are you going to cancel a subscription? Are you going to brew your coffee at home tomorrow and invest the difference? Think about the one actionable step you will take today, because the only thing standing between you and real wealth is the decision to start.